Everybody in the world has their own preferences on what's a good collectible. For some people, it's Lego, for other people, action figures, and for some really sick, twisted people, Angry Birds plushes. However, and surprisingly, Angry Birds collectors aren't the most mentally insane people on the internet. For that, we need to turn to the true horror of Hot Toys collectors. Hey, calm down. I know it's scary, but it's not that big of a deal. Now, I know some people might be wondering, what's a Hot Toys? Hot Toys are like these extremely posable, like cool looking action figures that have a ton of detail, and like they usually are like 1/6 scale, which means that they're kind of big. And I know some people might be wondering, what's the issue? These actually sound kind of cool. Well, you clearly haven't seen the price of these yet. Who in their right mind is going to spend $340 on an action figure? Dude? Wait, what? There's like an entire community of people who collect these. Oh, there's an entire community of people who collect these? Yeah, I literally just said that word for word. Ugh. Jeez. Honestly, I'm kind of glad that we have an entire ecosystem of people who are so down bad that they are willing to rub the nipples of an action figure to get views, but you know what? You gotta make money when you gotta make money, man. That's all I'm saying. However, I could really care less about, like, these ASMR channels, because, like, I mean, I don't blame them. Seeing somebody fondle an action figure is Jeez, how am I gonna say this with a straight face? Listening to someone kind of pop the joints of an action figure, specifically a Hot Toys figure, is actually pretty relaxing, I can't even lie. My issue are the other people.
Apparently it's all peaches and cream in Pedro world. I'm telling you right now, he's definitely the Antichrist.
What? Dude, what? Okay, so look, I'm not hating on these people because they're collecting something that they like. I mean, I collect Angry Birds plushes. I'm not really in room to talk about that. My issue with these people is that they complain like, oh, this figure is bad, this figure looks ugly. And yet they still spend like the $400 it costs to buy the figure. What? Why? This guy looked at this nearly $500 figure and decided, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. And then when he finally got it, he was like, dang, this is ugly. And while yes, this is kind of a big deal when it comes to a bunch of collectibles like Lego, I still feel like Hot Toys is the worst because the people are dropping $1,000 on a single figure.
It's the star feature of the figures that if you go to college for 6 years, you might be smart enough to learn how to open up this Hulkbuster suit. Then you can finally see the little mini Iron Man they give you. Fortunately, it is a handicapped Iron Man. You have to buy the full Mark 43 separately.
I've got a couple things to say here. Bear with me for a second. Dude, you spent $1,000 on this thing, and now you're saying that you need to buy the Mark 43 to go with it? That's $1,500 for action figures. What is wrong with you? Alright, I think that's enough making fun of Kazuma. I still like your content, dude. You spend really badly sometimes, though. Of course, there's also FNAF YouTuber Meso777. Oh, you think I'd forget about him? Oh, absolutely not. Of the people I've talked about today, this guy is 100% my favorite. Unlike a lot of other Hot Toys YouTubers, this guy owns up to the fact that he is spending an absurd amount of money on these figures, a lot more than some other people. I mean, he's also made a custom Black Yoshi figure. How could you not love that?
Oreo, please!
Hello, it is your pal Douglas.
There are so many other collectors of these things. If I wanted to list all of them, I'd probably be here for the next 5 days. However, I don't really have a ton to say about people who spend $5,000 on figures only for them to break right out of the packaging. So let's go ahead and continue on to the ending. Overall, I find it very funny that these people spend all of this money on these figures only for them to break immediately, and also that they complain about not having a ton of money and then they blow like $5,000 on a figure. However, I don't really hate these people. They're just doing what they're interested in. I'm not trying to like send some sort of hate mob on them. I just find it very funny that this community exists in the first place. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're a Hot Toys collector, I'm not trying to send hate. I'm just kind of sharing my thoughts on these people. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.